Hello, my name's Max. I thought I'd do a reading on, this is a request actually, on Jude Bellingham and his girlfriend Ashlyn Castro. Jude Bellingham is a world class soccer player, football player in Europe. One of the best currently in the world. He currently plays for Real Madrid and also, I believe, for the English national team. So he is dating this very attractive woman named Ashlyn Castro, and she's from America, and she's a model and also like an influencer or something. But she's quite attractive, mind-blowingly attractive. And yeah, so I'm just curious, what's happening with them? What are they? Are they still dating? Is it going to go somewhere? Is it long term? Is it serious? Are they going to get married? That type of thing. So, without further ado, let's. I'll shuffle the cards here, and we'll see what's going on. Okay. Okay, here we go. Let's see what's going on here with Jude Bellingham and Ashlyn Castro. Okay. Seven of Swords. The Chariot upright. Two sevens. Three of Cups reversed. Okay, so I'm going to pull some more cards here, but I just want to get started here with the initial three. So Jude Bellingham, Seven of Swords. So this is deception, trickery, lies, um, dishonesty, hiding something. Um, with Ashlyn Castro, we have the Chariot, two sevens, which is interesting, right? So two sevens. Um, she's the Chariot, so the Chariot is material control. It's also travel, but this is command across the material plane. Um, it's control. It's really a strong power. Um, and it also indicates moving or travel, but it also can indicate war. Um, and so, yeah, and it's a stronger card. It's a more powerful card than the Seven of Swords, but it's a seven nonetheless. Two sevens, and so the energy in between them is the Three of Cups. So this would go Three of Cups reversed. So when I see the Seven of Swords and then I see this Three of Cups reversed, I think deception. I think secrets. There's some sort of barrier between information. Um, so there may be some sort of like on one side or the other. It looks like it's very much um, Jude Bellingham. He seems to be the one being secretive here. But this is secrets. This is you're dividing information. You're keeping information away from certain factions or certain people or certain groups. So that's interesting, right? It's also Three of Cups upright would be flirting, uh, liaisons, parties. But when it's reversed, it's like it's saying you don't need to know this. That's basically what it's saying. It's you're excluding somebody from information, so from things. So, all right, let's keep going here, okay? So this is Jude Bellingham and Ashlyn Castro. Uh, let's see what's going on here. Okay. Shoot. Second. So Two of Cups reversed. Six of Cups upright. Nine of Cups reversed. King of Pentacles reversed. Four of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so what I'm getting here so far with Jude Bellingham and Ashlyn Castro, Jude Bellingham, he's got the Two of Cups reversed. So this is he's not cooperating, or there's some sort of disharmony from his end going on here. There's some sort of disinterest or trickery going on with his relationship. He's not like cooperating fully. He's not participating fully. And I see the King of Pentacles reverse. This is kind of like being more motivated by lower chakra activity, more more related to sex, things like that, more about pleasure and indulging in that sort of thing, and indulging in the lower chakra energy. So this could also be very much like partying, things like that. So the Two of Cups reverse would say that he's participating in behavior that is not supportive or of his relationship with her. He's doing things, possibly mind games, gaslighting, deception, very much consistent with the Seven of Swords. So for Ashlyn Castro, her American model, his American model girlfriend. So this is Six of Cups. This is wanting to be happy with somebody, having that positive motivation, being happy with someone, wanting to be happy with them. It's a positive motivation, a positive mindset. It's kind of like it's kind of like a nesting kind of energy where I'd like to be with you. You're a source of my happiness. So that's interesting. Also, we have for her energy, we have the Four of Pentacles reversed. So the Four of Pentacles reversed is like kind of like giving it all. It's kind of like not protecting yourself, kind of going all in, like not having any secrets or any posturing or any guile. It's like she's an open book. She's being very forthright here. She's being very open, very communicative, very honest. Maybe too honest. Maybe she's coming on a little strong for somebody like him, because he's got the world at his fingertips. He's got the world. The world is his, right? It's his oyster. Like, he can do what he wants. He's young. He's good looking. He's rich. He's famous. he's gonna, it's like boys are gonna be boys, boys will be boys, and she's participating in this like she's being very easy to read and not being mysterious about it and not being calculating. There's no guile here. There's no pretense. She's being very open, which if you've ever been in a relationship before, a romantic relationship, or even a business relationship, if you're too open, if you're too non-mysterious, if you're too plain, too honest, the other party gets bored. It's unfortunate. It's like not a good thing. I don't advocate it. I'm not in support of it. I don't like it. But it happens, right? Like somebody is too open with you, and all of a sudden it kind of turns you off or it bores you, or you think, oh, I've won. I've won. She likes me more than I like her. I won, and so I'll move on to something else. You know what I mean? It's like kind of like that. And I'm not saying I do that or everyone does that, but I'm saying there's still that, even it kind of gives you a sense of, when somebody that does that to you, it kind of gives you a sense of superiority or a sense of control or a sense of this person isn't a challenge anymore. I should move on to something more challenging. Right? It's kind of, so I'm not saying that's right, or I'm not saying you should be that way, but I'm saying as a human being, we sometimes operate that way. If someone is, even though this person is attractive and interesting and amazing and would be a great partner, and all of a sudden you get bored, right? You can get bored if they come on too strong, or they're too open. They're not mysterious enough. So this is kind of like, to me, this says she's not being careful enough, and she's not being guarded enough, and maybe she should keep some cards closer to the vest. You know what I mean? Like she shouldn't show him all her cards, but because this can kind of provoke, if this information is mishandled by him, which looks like it is going to be mishandled by him, because he's a young guy, and that's how the young guys are. He's gonna abuse this information. He's gonna he's going to run with it. He's going to take the information and run with it. It's going to boost his ego. He's going to feel more confident, more great, more powerful, more attractive. And he's going to think, wow, if I'm this awesome, if I can do this with her, who else can I do this with? I can date anybody I want. Like, I'm going to keep going. And so that's kind of like the information here. This information is like, that she's giving him, the position that she's putting him in by being open to him, is not good for a young male ego. It's not good for anybody, whether you're athletic or not. It's not good for them, because it just makes them think they're invincible. And on the other hand, honestly, I wouldn't advocate it the other way either. I'm not saying just against men. I am a man, so I know, but also I'm pretty sure girls do this too. If you're too open with a girl, sometimes they take that the wrong way, that you're desperate or you're weak or you're easy, and it's the same thing. And they want to find somebody more challenging and someone more mysterious and someone more aloof, or right? We all do that. Men and women do this, but in this case, it's the woman who is being unclever, being guileless, not being calculating, not being careful, not being guarded in what she's telling him and how she's saying it and what information she's giving him. She's just being open, too open. And this is not her fault, and this is not like a character flaw. This is the way people behave when they're in love, when they like somebody. It's just the way they behave. So this is, I'm not blaming her. I'm just saying it's gonna, if you give a young hotshot this information, he's not gonna be grateful. He's not going to be grateful for it. He's going to abuse you. So she should be more guarded and more careful, and try to engage. And obviously, I hate saying this, but you try to engage in mind games if you can. Pretend you don't like him. And I don't advocate this in general, but if you're too open with somebody, and you literally like this person, and this person has an immature mindset because he's a young athlete, he's young, he's cocky, he's rich, he's good looking, you gotta you got to have some protection. You got to be guarded. You have to be careful with what you say to him and the ideas you put in his head. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Okay. Oh, and also the last card was the Nine of Cups in reverse. So this is there is some sort of disharmony here. There's like you're outside your manifestation zone. So this is uncomfortable, being uncomfortable, unlucky. So this is like a card that's between them, which is really interesting. So it's not good energy. It's you're outside of your comfort, outside of your comfort zone. It's like it may be because she's coming on too strong, and maybe because he's abusing that, as we know very well from the Seven of Swords, and we see the King of Pentacles reversed, Two of Cups reversed. I mean, he's not in it. You know what I mean? You're not. Um, so I just forgot her name. What is it? Ashley? Shoot, one second. Okay, so sorry about that. So Ashlyn Castro, so she needs to be more careful, and it looks like they're not. It's not working. It's not working because she's coming on too strong, and he's not really. And I'm not saying this is all her fault, but I'm saying when you're dealing with a hot shot who's immaturity, who's not really just ready to settle down. When you behave in that way, you're just going to give him more power to. You're enabling his bad behavior is what you're doing when you come on too strong. And there's some guys who do that. Like I'm not saying this is wrong to be upfront and to, I'm not saying it's wrong to be upfront and be honest. I'm saying that's very good. But it depends on who you're dealing with, right? And this guy is not. He's not going to respond well to that. He's not going to respond well to that. Let's keep going here. I want to see what's going on with these guys. So Jude Bellingham and Ashlyn Castro. Strength reversed. Nine of Cups upright. Queen of Cups reversed. Seven of Swords. King of Cups reversed. Tower reversed. So the Strength card reversed is, out of power. It's like being out of power. Nine of Cups upright this is the second time we've got Nine of Cups here. This is comfort, and it's being in your energy, and it's like a good luck energy. It's an energy of hope and manifestation and contentment. I see. And then we have the Knight of Cups upright. So the Nine of Cups is very much like the Nine of Cups is very much like that Six of Cups. There's an emotional component here with what's her name, Ashlyn? Ashlyn Castro. So I always want to call her Ashley, but it's Ashlyn Castro. Okay. So so there's this emotional component with her. I mean, she's like with him. She's very happy with him. Like she wants to be with him, and this Knight of Cups. It indicates like there is an approach. There is like an artistic approach. Like there's still a very like shimmery, glamoury approach between the two of them. Um, it's like they're in the beginning stages still of their relationship, so there's still like that glamour, that shimmer, um, and and so there's still that glow. I think with Jude Bellingham, so he has the strength card reverse. So this is he's not into it. It's like she's coming on too strong, and he's not there. Like, I mean, it says they're still together. I mean, they're together. And the Knight of Cups says they're together. Um, and it's but I see that there's something about this relationship that is not suiting him. So he's kind of out of his power, and he's not responding well to her open book approach. Um, so we have the Queen of Cups reversed. So this is like coldness, or could be she's too needy. There's some sort of element to her being needy, and her being she wants more than he can give. That's kind of what I'm getting here. Is like she wants more than he can give because he's too busy. He's a professional athlete. He's world class. And he's making money. He's famous. He's young. He's good looking. There's girls everywhere. So he's not able to give her what she needs. So he's too busy. He's too busy working, and he's also too busy playing. And so this would indicate her need for him, and her desire for him, and her sensitivity to him kind of disregarding her, or not being honest with her, or not giving her enough attention. So this is like a card of that says like the female needs more attention, and she may have emotional needs, and you're not meeting those needs. Again, for the second time in the reading, we have the Seven of Swords upright. So this is deception on his part. This is Jude Bellingham. He's being deceptive. He's not being honest. I think she's expecting more, as this the strength card, strength reverse, indicates. She's expecting more from him than he is willing to give. So she needs to change her tack with him, or she needs to find somebody else. If she wants to be open-hearted and earnest and uncalculating, and she wants to be an open book, she has to find somebody else, because it's not going to work with him. It's just going to enable him, and this is just somebody who's not being honest, who's being deceptive, who's going to do what he wants to do. You should not be an open book with this guy. If you're a girl, because he's not interested in it. He's interested in a challenge. He's interested in newness. The newer you are, the better. This is just somebody, if you have a libido, he's there, you're there, you're both whatever, drunk or on drugs or something. You're at he's partying. This is what this is. This is just and it's no more than this. It's no more. It is deception. It is dishonesty. And that's the problem here. He's giving her like an impression that he wants something serious. He doesn't want anything serious. He's being dishonest with her. Whatever he's telling her, he's being dishonest. I think what it is she wants something serious and monogamous, and he's not into it. But he's not going to tell her that, and he's going to keep operating the same way. So on her end, we have, interestingly enough, we have the King of Cups reversed. So the King of Cups reversed is he's treating her harshly. He's not being what a man who really likes you, a man who wants to be in a monogamous relationship, a man who wants to marry you. He's not behaving in that way. This is like punk energy. This is like young punk energy. In that, what I'm saying is that this is a guy who's not monogamous. He's not taking you seriously. He's not there for you emotionally. he couldn't be there emotionally, even if he wanted to be. He doesn't have that capacity. He's a young athlete. He wants to have fun. It's all he's doing, and it's not, I'm not judging that. I don't think it's bad to do that, but you can't. What's bad about it is expecting. Bad about it is when you expect otherwise, like she's expecting otherwise, and he's probably giving her the wrong idea. I mean, obviously we see the Seven of Swords in there, so he's not being honest. He's telling her something that he's not, or you know what I'm saying? So he's not being there for her in any way, other than maybe words, deceptive words. Um, that's what I see here, and also we have the Tower here, the Tower reverse. So. Um, um, Obviously you're just borrowing time. It's just a matter of time before it collapses. That's what this is. This is, at a certain point she's going to realize, okay, this isn't great. I've got to move on. I've got to move on is what she needs to do. Unless she just wants to participate in it, she wants to participate in a game because it's, there's fame involved and money involved, and she could be interested in that as well. But I think in order for her to participate in it like that, she has to treat it less like a serious relationship and more like a game. If she wants to do that, because this is a collapse of the relationship, and it's evident to her. She can see it. So yeah, what we see here is Jude Bellingham um, is being dishonest, and she's like an open book, and she likes him more than he likes her, and he's not very interested in being with her solely, and so I think he's misrepresenting his life to her and his condition. And let's take another look, okay? Jude Bellingham. What's her name again? Oh my God. Castro, Ashlyn Castro, right? Jude Bellingham Ashlyn Castro. Whoa, eight. I got the strength card reversed again. Dang. Three of Pentacles. Seven of Cups. The Sun. The Hierophant. Six of Pentacles. The High Priestess. So again, we have the Strength card reversed for Jude Bellingham. We have the Three of Pentacles for Ashlyn Castro. So this is this is about career. This is about recognition. It's also about learning, study, but it's really about recognition and career. It's about money. That's interesting. So she also has the Six of Pentacles. This is about control and money. And we have the High Priestess here. This is about intuition. So what's going on here? Okay, so we have some heavy hitting cards here on Jude Bellingham's side. We have the Sun upright, and we have the Hierophant upright. So we also have the Seven of Cups upright. So I see from Jude Bellingham's perspective, I see that he has a lot of options. He's not focused on her. There's a lot of different things going on. There's a lot of options, a lot of ideas, and there's a lack of focus. Um, I think, in a certain regard, I think her interest in him, although she's executing it the wrong way, her interest in him does have a career bent to it, a career slant. I mean, there is money considerations. There is considerations of her fame, her name, her money, his money. So there are considerations here on Ashlyn Castro's part in regards to um, being in the newspapers, people talking about her, possibly being with somebody who is very wealthy, very successful, very young. So this is a career consideration. That's what this is. This is business, career, fame, recognition. So that's interesting, right? Um, the Six of Pentacles upright is, like I said, it's about control. It's also about money, and it's about hmm, it's about deciding what to do with this, about what to do with the control, what to do with the money. Um, and it's right next to the High Priestess card. So I'm seeing like a intuition, control, manifestation. So this is manifestation regarding money and regarding um, money and timing. Money, timing, manifestation, career. And so what's interesting is these heavy duty cards over here. Um, this is the sun is focusing on what you want. It's about happiness. It's very much about manifestation. It's about uh, it is fame. Fame, happiness is a really bright, positive energy, um, and it's right next to the Hierophant, which is like marriage and customs and hierarchies and control, and conventional and convention. Um, we saw that Knight of Cups earlier, the Knight of Cups, and that's very much a romantic approach, or a romantic offer or a romantic motivation. So it's very much like a motivation for. It indicates there's a motivation for a relationship. So when I see this, I mean that looks like a famous marriage. When I see the Hierophant, and I see, even though we see he's not being honest on a certain level, on a real level, on an authentic level, Jude Bellingham is not interested in her, like in being monogamous and being committed and giving her attention. But there is this element of this strong consideration of fame and marriage. There's like this really strong. I mean, those are the two of the strongest cards. But we see it's all in support of these cards. These very strong cards are very much, they're indicators for the primary card. The primary card is the Strength reversed. So it kind of indicates to me, these are not all these cards are not equal. They all have different weights in this spread, and I see he's considering those things, but he's not. He's considering them. It occurs to him, but he lacks the motivation. He lacks the discipline. He doesn't want to be monogamous. He's too early to be married. But she's famous. She's beautiful. And at what could that do? What the synergy between a European world class athlete at the top of his game, marrying this very, very beautiful model from America. I mean, there's something there, right? And I think he sees that. He sees it, but he's not disciplined enough. He's not mature enough. He's not motivated enough to really go for it. That's what we see with the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is like, yeah, I have a lot of options. I have a lot of things on my plate. I'm not really willing to be focused on this 100%. I'm not willing to put that much work into this. But we see her. She has these. This. It's very. These considerations are very significant. This is. They're not just considering who they want to have sex with. They're not considering just chemistry, romantic chemistry, physical chemistry. They're thinking like royalty, and that's what this is. When I see the Sun card in the Hierophant, that's royalty. And when I see that even the High Priestess next to the Six of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles, they're thinking big. They're thinking big. We could be a power couple. We could be famous. What could we do with this fame? What could I do with having a famous wife in America? What can I do with that as Jude Bellingham? As Jude Bellingham, I'm like this famous Real Madrid player, world class, top of my game, wealthy, good looking, rich, and now I have this model in America. What is that? What doors does this open up for me? Now all of a sudden it's getting people to talking about me on another continent instead of just Europe. It's North America now too. So there are these considerations, and obviously for Ashlyn Castro. Ashlyn Castro, she's considering the same thing, right? Now all of a sudden people are talking about me. People in Europe who didn't know I exist, now everyone's talking about me. I'm in these newspapers. These websites are covering me. What does this do for me? Because she is an influencer, right? So what does this do for her, right? Well, she's thinking this. And she's thinking money. She's thinking fame. She's thinking manifestation. So, I mean, they're both considering it. It's both, they're aware of the possibilities that they could be this new power couple, this new royal couple kind of thing. It's very famous, young, good-looking couple that, she's an influencer, he's an athlete, and they just think of what they could do. They could be the next Meghan and Harry, but the real deal, not shabby like them, not like shabby and broken down and silly and pitiful like Meghan and Harry, but something real, like something legit, something, and they're thinking this. They're thinking, we could have TV shows. I could have my own, whatever, any sort of business line, makeup line, housewares, clothing, cosmetics, perfume. So they're thinking like that, which is really cool, right? I mean, they're thinking big. That's cool, but they're also, he's like, nah, I don't know. He's young. He wants to have fun. He's in his prime, and he doesn't really want to consider things. I mean, he's certainly considering things, but he doesn't. He's on the fence about it. He's not really. Doesn't feel that's what he wants to do at this point. He doesn't feel like he's able to do it at this point. He doesn't think he'd be able to do it well at this point. Not as good as he can play football. So, I think he thinks it seems complicated. It seems like it take away from my game, both on the field and off the field. So he's thinking about it. He's aware of it. He's pondering it, but he's also thinking, I'm not up to the task right now. Like, so that's really interesting, actually. It's interesting. The more you go, the more you get. The more information you get, and the more nuance you get. And so that's really interesting. So they're together, but it's and there's definitely career motivations for both of them. More so for her, and he seems less interested, less motivated, and there's definitely like a rascally energy there, a disinterested energy, a dishonest energy, where he's not being upfront with her. But nevertheless, they have these considerations, and they're thinking of these things, and they are together. But it's not it's not a match made in heaven. Okay, it's not. There's dishonesty here. There's a sense that they're not really complimenting each other, and that they're not, and that there's an element of, they're not really, or he's not really focused on her. So that's kind of what I see here. Although, like I said, there are these considerations. They're thinking these things, and I'm sure they both have agents, and they're probably saying this. Those agents are probably saying things like I'm saying, like, think about it, think what you could do, think of the clothing line, think of the television show. You could bake click cakes on TV, and you know what I mean. So they're thinking these things, they're considering these things, but it's not a match made in heaven. I also do another reading on this. I didn't know who these people were really, especially Ashlyn Castro, obviously because I don't know her name, right? But but this is very interesting, so I'm glad I did this read. So thank you guys for recommending me do this, and keep the recommendations coming, please. And I'm going to do another follow up on this. We'll see how this goes, because it's always a learning experience. It's always like just opening these new experiences, these new doors, all these people out there that are so interesting, and we get to peer into their hidden motivations and their hidden actions. It's really quite fascinating. So definitely more than I bargained for. So thank you guys very much. I will do another reading very shortly. Okay. But in the meantime, everyone, be safe, be good. Okay. And I will see you soon. Okay. Bye-bye.